The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Here I am. Welcome to the show. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. It is Wednesday. I am in Los Angeles, California, in my hotel room. Don't know why I did that. And Andrew is in St. Louis. Noah's in Arizona's. And yeah, it's a beautiful little day over here in sunny Cal. Walked down Sunset to get my Starbucks. Saw a bunch of new billboards. A lot of new TV shows coming out. Shows that I'm just like, God, so much goes into these things, and they gonna get canceled. They all gonna get canceled. Like, you just look at like this. There's this new billboard for Charlemagne the God's. She has a new show coming out on Comedy Central. I'll promote it. Why not? It's gonna get canceled like everything else. No offense to him. It's called. I like the name of it because whenever I see a good name for a show, I always think back on like the times I've had to come up with names for shows. I have a document in my phone, like full of possible names for shows, podcasts, talk shows, specials, children, bands, plumbing companies. I don't know where my career is going to take me. And his is called A Hell of a Week. And it's once a week, and it's a talk show. Maybe it'll do well. I mean, he's amazing. It doesn't. I mean, shows get canceled all the time that are great, but it'll get canceled just like everything else does. There was some quote I read recently that someone said, "Oh, this was from it was a subreddit about it was in the Demois subreddit, which I don't even subscribe to because it is such a toxic place. But sometimes on Demois, DEUXMOY, on Instagram, they have like a blind item where it'll be like, this B-list comedian was a terror to work with. No, this blonde badass, in quotes, female comic was a total cunt to everyone she worked with. And I'm always like, was this me? And then I read further and it's like, it says something about like there's always like one thing that makes me think it's not me. And it's like, because I could sometimes be a cunt, but then it's like to every single person on the crew. And I'm always like, not me, like I've never been, I don't think, rude to a camera op or like, I don't know, whatever. So I always go to Demois subreddit because that's where they break it down and they go, who could this be? And everyone speculates. And usually people know exactly who they're talking about. So I went there the other day just to like see what was going on.
I think Andrew's mic is muted.
Okay. That's not good.
Hold on.
I think he's muted because I was wondering why he was being so quiet. I like this silent film star, Andrew. Oh. Andrew's like Aaron from F-Boy Island. Oh, now he's kissing the llama. Now he's up. It looks like he's oh my God. Things are getting. Brenna needs to be alerted. Oh no. Oh no. He's telling us to be quiet while he penetrates you guys, he's fucking the llama, which represents me. Andrew, oh no. Now he's going down on the hedgehog. I hate this so much. Andrew, you're not going to be able to ever run for Congress because of what you're doing right now. This is really. Not that you ever would, but I mean, you could. Who knows what you'll want to do with your fame or infamy at this point?
Is it bestiality if it's a fake?
Yeah,
the symbolism.
God, that was funny and disturbing.
Oh, that was on. Oh, we were still going.
Is that what you?
I'm using
while
this.
It's loading.
This is all going in.
No, I think keep it. Keep it. Look, Nikki wants to get into porn.
Sensual.
I took a chance.
Oh my God.
Now I won't get on a hell of a week.
You guys have to watch the video of that and go on our YouTube because what I just witnessed, you really get a little look into how Andrew might fuck.
Yeah.
That's why like Chelsea Peretti used to have this joke of when guys go like, oh really? And they do like the jerk off motion.
Yeah.
You can tell how they jerk off. Like it's like a little window into how they jerk off when they're like, oh yeah, oh so I'm gonna wait in line for 45 minutes, yeah, and then she's like, and then she does a great thing where she's like, like women when they eat it, she's like, I hate eating a banana because it's just so sexual, and I just can't stand it. So instead, I pull it off with my fingers, and then I smush it in between my fingers, and I lick it out from between. So she's then just doing the pussy eating sign. That's so funny.
Well, when guys do the jerk off, they always make their dick way bigger. It's always out to here, and their hands are wide. You never see a guy like go,
right?
Like get real close. It's always closer than what that is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's always like,
Women
you fucking, fuck you, bro.
I mean, I'm sure this joke has been done, but women are never like, oh, really? I'm going to pay $400? I'm like rubbing their clits for a fucking haircut. Yeah, I'm just going to, not that that's a phrase that, I don't even, like, is that when you use that fucking symbolism?
Whenever the barber charges
wait a
me
second.
too much,
I know
come
you were
on his
quiet
head.
before, but did you have any thoughts on what I was saying about Charlemagne the God's? I thought you were like friends with Charlemagne the God when I was like mouthing off about his show getting canceled.
Oh, did I not tell you?
Andrew
I'm right.
trying to be so quiet because
I'm
he wants
writing
to
for it.
He wants to be in with Charlemagne the God.
I'm
How
the
do you say
ghostwriter
the?
for God. I like the idea of you naming. It's just so funny how like if you named yourself Nikki the Goddess, and then everyone
Can you
just goes
imagine?
like, "Hey, that's your name. That's who she is, Nikki the Goddess." I mean, you think it's not humble? You don't think that's chill?
But
I'm sure.
wrote the.
Yeah.
I spelled the with an A.
What if you spelled it with a 6?
Okay, imagine waking up in the morning and
yeah,
you're Charlemagne the God.
So wait, a 6?
Yeah, you know how like in like
Like where's the 6?
yeah, the 6 is like an A and like like hacker speak or whatever.
Oh yeah, like really? Is it? Noah, you are into some definite
Weird
different
shit.
little.
Oh, the dark
niche.
web.
Yeah, dark
Yeah,
web.
Noah finishes every email with that little like emoji face that has like glasses, but like the brows are furrowed. If you know what I'm talking about, that's a good
and
joke.
she puts on a wig and she like a little bit more eyeliner, and she's like, "Hello, welcome to 4chan's." I don't even know what
can you
4chan is.
Imagine if I named
yeah. Like wake up, like imagine yourself 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and you're getting into comedy or you're getting into radio. And before you really even made a name for yourself.
It's like bringing a Wookiee on stage. I mean, that's just as much of a look that you are committing to. You know what it is? It's like it's the same thing though, Andrew, because it's like
because you're just
trying
starting
to
out.
Overcompensate for the fact that you don't have talent yet.
Gotcha.
So you need to
I
have
get that.
something else. I brought a cigarette on stage at open mics. Like it's all
I guess if
the
you
God.
And if you're from like the rap world, it's not too weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're a black person, it's a little bit. I don't know. I think it would be lame for. I mean, not that it's just. This is not a race thing, but maybe it is. I don't know.
You could find the rest of that thought on 4chan.
The way I said
Hey,
black
Nikki,
person did sound like
Nikki, I just want to let
good.
you know that was
God.
cool. That was cool with what you said.
Oh, thank you, Andrew. Oh, I'm so glad I got a pass from you.
Yeah, you got a white man pass about a black man thing. Thanks.
I mean, I just feel like
no, I get it. It couldn't work.
I don't know how to describe it, but everyone knows what the fuck I'm talking about, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it looks cooler when, like,
Yeah, of course.
Although Kesha, I'm thinking of like Lizzo, like names like that, Cardi B, Meg the Stallion,
Jay-Z, Lil Wayne. Yes.
Eminem. That doesn't sound as cool. I mean, it is cool. I mean, why do we let that go? Why? I mean,
Because they're rappers.
are there any other comedians that have names like that? Any white people?
Are there any radio hosts?
Eliza tried to lose Schlesinger, and I think she goes by Eliza. But I think that's just because she was like, Schlesinger's is hard for people to get. And it does make a statement of like, I'm fucking Eliza. Or like, I'm Adele.
Yeah,
like
it's
I'm
like
not
Trump.
Adele. What's Adele's last fucking name? Do you know?
E?
Computers.
E, I think.
Adele?
Imagine.
Not anymore, bitch. God. Oh, no.
It's too early.
Say that
Or
in a nice-
I think Adele is actually her. I think Adele was her last name, and A was her initial, and it was her first name was the farmer, and
or her last name's Computer.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said that over E.
Oh, my bad. Oh, God.
you're
Lady
getting
the Tramp.
Dude, you're getting Adele.
I'm getting old, man.
Oh,
What?
man. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, what could I change it to? Like, I could go by Nikki. I don't think anyone else is just Nikki. There's no other, like, famous. Well, there's Nikki Taylor. There's Nikki Reed. There's Nikki
Bella.
Sticks.
Nicki Minaj. Fuck. I think Nicki Minaj gets Nikki. I'm
Yeah.
going to give it to her. Not, just based on the coolness factor. She's got to get it. Who did you just say? Nikki?
Bella.
Oh, Nikki and what's her name? Bella. Nikki Bella. Do you know that I got her? I mean, I think you do know, but maybe my listeners don't. When I did Dancing with the Stars, she was on the season avant me, before me. I was just in Montreal, so I'm going to slip in some franglais. And she left behind her robe that said, had Nikki etched onto it. So I stole her robe, kept it. I'm like, if you don't want it, how do you not
worked out.
keep your robe from Dancing with the Stars, which is like this beautiful velvet robe? That's how well she's doing in life. She's just like, I don't need this. This
I'm sure she
perfectly
went back
embroidered
for
robe.
it.
She went back for her husband.
Well, who did she marry? John Cena?
Artem.
Artem was her dance partner, and they do this really sexy dance in an elevator. Like the scene is like an elevator, and they were not fooling around during the show. Allegedly, she was very much in a relationship, and nothing went on. That's impossible. It's impossible that didn't occur. I'm not making any assumptions, but as someone who was on the show for one episode, I know that you feel things that you can't help when a hot Russian man is throwing you around. Your husband doesn't exist. Your boyfriend doesn't exist. Nothing in the world matters when a hot Russian man be throwing you around. It's just not possible.
Dude.
I can't believe these guys, like Robert Herjavec
That
as
was
well.
awesome. That was very Meatloaf.
Thank you. I would do anything for my carear.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I would except just burn it down by alleging that Nikki Bella and Artem maybe had feelings for each other before the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. Just because
Angelina
you
Jolie, Brad Pitt thing.
you didn't fuck then, you still were rubbing genitals. Like there
And
was
that's
sexual.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, you can't turn it off. I don't even begrudge anyone feeling things for other people when they're in a relationship. Like, if you were to get mad at your partner because they felt something for someone else at one point and developed a crush, I mean, you can get mad at them if they let the crush, like, go on and on and on and, like, possibly lead to betraying you. But you can't help your feelings, y'all. You just can't help it. And crush is going to happen. And hopefully you can, talk to your partner about it and get ahead of it. I kind of gave Chris a scenario the other day where I was like, because we're talking about long-term success of our relationship. And I was like, okay, let me give you an example of like maybe something down the road when we are like our worst nightmare of like we're a couple and like, I don't know, like this, I meet someone at a show or something and I just feel some energy in me that's like, oh my God, I'm like attracted to this person. And then he makes a flirty joke and maybe, our arms touch or something. And I feel it through my body in a way that's like arousing. And then I think about it like, can I go to you about that? What would we do? And he's like, is this a real thing that I'm like, no, it's not. I like made up a total scenario. And it was funny because he was like, this sounds so specific. I'm like, I'm a writer. I'm good at this. Like, and I did, I pulled from like, obviously like things I felt before when I wasn't in a relationship, but he was so
He's 5'11"
cool.
and a quarter. He's 182 pounds. His name's Jeff. He's from Wyoming.
He was
It's
cool
like-
about it.
It is funny
What
though.
would
The
you
more
do?
specific you get with the situation. Like,
He has this great opener where he's like,
oh, he's a comedian. He's a comedian.
I did kind of Chris's worst scenario, which is like you're gonna get dazzled by one of these comics who like is funny and charming and like kills on stage because he's heard my act. He knows how I feel about male comedians. Sometimes how women just cannot help but be attracted to them because instinctually they're, if you watch my special, they look powerful. They seem like the tribe leader. Everyone's watching them. There's something like horny about it that you can't help. I luckily, I've been exposed to it so often that it does not dazzle me anymore. And to be an actual great comedian and to really knock my socks off or get my socks wet from like, you know, my pussy juices flowing down my leg, you really have to like be a really good. I mean, I see potential in people all the time as young comedians and go, wow, that guy's gonna be good. Wow, that guy is so good for his age. But there's not there. I know every comedian now. I've been through them. I've seen them all.
I've been
no
through
one's. I have, you know, it's not like
That
I've
was a
been through them, but
Freudian.
I've like, I've seen them all. Well, I've been through them in the sense of like I've clocked them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
They've
They've all
been
been
through
in your
me.
vagina. I get what you're saying. I
They've
understand.
been through me all.
Yeah, they've been
And-
through me all, y'all.
But like there's no one that's gonna emerge on the scene that I'm gonna be like, oh my God. Like I just
Yeah.
doubt it, because anyone who's gonna emerge is gonna be young, and comedy is a fair industry. Like no one is good out of the gate in a way that is good in 15 years. There's just no one.
I would almost like, if I was sending my girlfriend over to do Dancing with the Stars, I'd be like, you know what? Just fuck the guy the first day. I'd rather no build up. Just get it over with, because you're gonna
Yeah.
realize it's okay. It's gonna be good. Just
No
fuck
one
him
should
the
ever
first-
let their partner do Dancing with the Stars. I'm not kidding you.
Just let him fuck the first day though.
None.
Get it out of the way.
I don't even think, like, if Brenna wanted to become an actress and she got in some
Yeah.
movie where she had to like have intimate love scenes with someone, I would say the same thing to her there, because I just don't think that you can have these if the person's single and you're in this like location and everything's like, it's not like cheating's gonna happen, but there's going to be a removal from you because you're not going to be on set. There's going to be this like secret world that you have with this person, and you're gonna need a plan of action for when these things spring
what
up.
if I'm the guy that puts the sock on the guy's cock before he does the love scene?
If you're there, that's fine. I heard Jada Pinkett Smith was there for every one of the love scenes and makeout scenes.
For
when
Will Smith?
Will Smith did that movie
Just
with Margot
looking at?
Robbie.
Oh my God. Just staring?
And
That's so
apparently
weird.
Margot Robbie and him did have a thing. They did
Oh.
have a thing. If you look online and you go to Des Moines, which is where I was last night, there's like this photo series of them in like at the after party. You could tell like for the rap party or maybe the premiere party for what's the stupid movie they did? Blink. I don't even think it's stupid. I think it's good. I haven't seen
don't
it,
know.
but
I
I
don't
hear it's
know.
good. They did a
Yeah.
movie together with one word, and it's like Blink or like space or something. And bounce
Slap.
or something. Yes, like slap or something like that. And there's a photo booth, pictures of them, and you can tell they're both drunk and letting it fly a little bit too much of like them being hooking upping. And anyway,
Do you think
so
it could
I
be
was on.
orchestrated? Do you think like they're like, you know what, get in the photo booth. We're going to start.
No, I think they
I always
tried to
wonder
like,
with like
keep it
celebrity
under
shit
wraps.
like that. It's like, we're going to have you hold hands. We're going to have you
Right.
look strong in the eye. And then we're going to put Jada in the back photobombing. And
I mean, yeah, it's a good idea. It
not a
really
bad
is.
idea.
Have
Yeah.
you noticed that Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel, like right after he got caught like holding hands with that girl on the balcony in New Orleans while he was filming, like afterwards they started wearing all these jazzy outfits together. Like they match in outfits. They're like doing this whole promotional tour for like our relationship's fine. Go look at like Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel lately. I cannot either the relationship is stronger than ever or weaker than ever. It's kind of like Instagram posting. Either couples are about to break up and they're doing one last like push, or they're strong and it's consistent. We'll see if the jazzy outfits are consistent, but they keep wearing matching outfits in everywhere together. And I'm jealous of the relationship. Not that mine isn't great, because I do have. It was nice to just like run that scenario by
Yeah.
my man SeaWorld and just be like, and he's like, oh, you know, he had a good, I don't think he'd want me to tell you what he said, but he had a good non-nefarious way of handling it that I liked, that maybe if he ever comes on the show, we'll talk about it again. But yeah, it was because acknowledging those things instead of pretending like they're not going to happen, because if you plan on spending the rest of your life with someone and interacting with other people in the world when your partner isn't holding your hand next to you, you're going to get crushes, you know?
my only thing is like, why even bring up a worst case? Like, I feel like with Brenna,
why
like
have a go bag?
she'll bring up like things that are
Why
going
have
to
a plan
happen
during a tornado? Why know
I don't
that
plan.
during
I
an
don't. I'll just
earthquake
die
you
in
should
the-
go under a desk?
Agreed.
Well,
I'll just die in the tornado
You can maybe
anyway.
survive it, you know?
No, I'd rather just die than have
Well,
the
I'll tell
conversation
you why.
about
Because
it.
if you have a relationship that spans decades,
Yeah.
someone's going to have a crush on someone else because you are people that have working sexual organs and hormones.
Agreed, but my only thing is like I feel like I'm not saying women, but Brenna, she'll bring up things like 4 years from now. Like, what about 4 years from now? And this is the scenario, and I'm like, well, we'll do it. We'll deal with it then. You know what I mean? Like, why are we even bringing up these future problems or future things? Like, why do it? Why
You're
run
gonna
this?
die in a tsunami. You're gonna go out and collect seashells when the shore starts pulling from the.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, whoa.
You're gonna go run out and be like, guys, come on out, let's play football.
They're like, remember
catch.
Thailand? Nah, dude, that was different.
Yeah, no.
That was different. Dude, you guys are fucking weird, fucking
I mean,
planning.
you're not wrong. I mean, there's ways to handle it in both ways, but I think that I would wonder what Esther Perel would say. Well, we are going to play Esther Perel's game later, and is this accent insulting to her? For some reason, because she's French, I feel like it is not. Because when you
She's
mock the French
Austrian.
accent, inherently, or Austrian, okay, well, still, I feel like Austria, that region, I feel like I can mock it, not mock it, but imitate it because I inherently think it's better than me.
Hey, as a guy from originally Russia and Florida, it's cool.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
Andrew gives
completely
me a pass. All right, when we get back, I'm going to tell you the thing I read on Demois that I was teasing before we realized Andrew couldn't talk. Charlie Chaplin, be right back. Andrew!
Snickers bar, get hungry.
We're back, and Andrew left us off before the break with a song about calling it a song is quite a stretch. About Snickers bars.
Getting
What
shorter
was
and shorter.
Yeah,
It's like a jingle.
That's okay.
Wait,
yeah, it's like a jing. Well,
You,
that sounds like a slur.
you posted recently on Instagram your Cali bit, your
My what?
your DJ Cali bit.
DJ
About-
Khaled. That wasn't. No, come on. No. I'd let him say
DJ
it.
Salad.
Salad?
You said DJ Cali.
Yeah, the
Wait,
D
how
I
do
think
you-
is silent, I believe. I'm not wrong. DJ Cali. Like the D is very soft, I think.
I'm sure his is. Okay, so yes, I did. But can I just quickly say the Demois thing?
Yeah.
Is that there was a subreddit that was like, or like a post on Demois that was like, what's the it's all people talking about celebrities. And they're like, what's the best celebrity, what's the best advice you've ever heard from a celebrity? And you might actually have some of this too, because you've fallen asleep to books on tape of celebrities, Andrew, right?
Yeah. On top of
So
it.
that's where real good advice comes from, I think, is like when they write books, because none of them really know how to talk, like in interviews a lot of times. But
Usually from YouTube, you get a good quote.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So-
well, there was one from God, I forget who it was now, but it was that when you make a TV show, and this goes for like anything in your life, it will eventually get canceled. So make the show you want to make, because if they cancel it and you make a show that you're trying to get people to like, it's gonna go away eventually. There's only so many shows. The Simpsons, Friends, Seinfeld, those are the only shows that I can think of right now that people don't that ended. You know, Simpsons hasn't even ended, but Friends and Seinfeld are the two ones that I go, oh, they walked away from them when they could have kept going. But that doesn't. That's so rare. That's like literally you're a better chance of getting, struck by lightning while getting eaten by a fucking shark. So your show's gonna get canceled. So make the show you want to make. I wish I would have read that advice, because I think that, and I'll probably need to read that again. Like, I think I've gotten better at it in my life of doing the thing I want to do. Like the Carrot Top joke I did the other night that bombed. I wanted to do that joke. I thought it was funny. Even though it didn't do well, the audience sucked for everyone that show. So that was a good news. But not doing what people want of you and doing what you want to do, because something's going to go wrong with it anyway. And if it goes wrong, at least you can say, I did it my way.
And even when
I
it
did
goes
it
my way.
That's every man's
even when
favorite
it
karaoke
goes,
song.
What's interesting too, the more you do stand up, if we're just talking about stand up, even when you do well, like that kind of goes away too. So you might as well do exactly what you want because,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I have this whole idea. I was
man.
talking to myself in the shower. I have this like, because I'm performing at Zany's in Nashville, and I'm already planning. I'm planning the opening, and I'm thinking about Nashville, and I literally told myself this whole like 7-minute, not 7, but maybe like 4-minute story that would be like an opener for Nashville. That's a little out there.
Racist.
But you gave me a pass, I'll say.
Yeah.
My point is like
You
it's
looked
a
yourself
little.
in the mirror and said, "That's fine, dude."
You know when comics like do like made up stories and they're like these long-winded like stories where you're like let me
Chappelle?
take you into this scene of like Richard Pryor would do it and like he would like
Yeah.
Anyways, so like I have this whole idea and I'm like I can't do that. Like what if this bomb because to come back from a 5-minute made up story would be insane.
Why don't you just
But
do it later? Why don't you just open? So
Yeah.
when they've already, I mean, I know you're going to do what you're going to do, but like,
Yeah.
there are tricks of the trade that tend to work. So you can get this, you can do that and not risk anything because you should open. You never listen to my advice on this, and it always goes well for you, but you can't. You have no impulse control when it comes to like something you're excited about. Like that's just who you are,
But I
and
think
it's
it
like a
shows
really
on
good thing
stage.
about who you
Yeah,
are. Yes.
yeah.
Like I think that's a good thing for you to follow is like you're the guy that like if there are things to put on your hamburger that will make it taste better, but you're hungry and they're across the room, you will just eat the hamburger instead of walking to make it slightly better. Because,
So
but
maybe
maybe
I'm
it
wor-
would make it better.
Yeah.
But I think
maybe the
that,
story would have been better off. So I mean I
but
would
we'll
even
never know.
So the idea very quick is like it's like this whole scenario of a guy named Jimmy Ray from a small town in Texas he doesn't even have Wi-Fi, but he has 6 songs on a CD and the whole town believes in him, and he gets in his pickup truck that the whole town paid for him and he drives all the way to Nashville to meet with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers goes, how many TikTok followers do you have?
Are you trying out a bit right now?
No, I'm telling you what the bit is. I'm not trying it. I'm telling you what
Oh, okay.
it kind of is.
Gotcha.
I guess it's kind of already. I'm really.
It's fine. Just do it. But I would never do that. I'm just boggled when you do this because I'm like, people are listening that are going to be at that show. Now you're
Okay. All
Now
right. Well,
they're.
find out the rest of that coming.
Yeah,
soon
I mean,
to it.
what do you? Does that not register to you? Because I know people are going to be like, Nikki, don't stop him. You're being a bitch. But I'm like, when you hear something a second time, it takes some of the fun. I mean, I'm just so precious about stuff. Continue if you want to, but like, do not think of that. I think of that all the time.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think I'm going to do it at the show. That's why. I
Right,
really
you have
don't.
so many weeks before.
Yeah, so I just like almost.
Okay, so keep
I'd
going.
rather it be here.
So Jimmy Ray
than-
has a mixtape and everyone believes in him, and he packs up his stuff and he moves to Nashville and he's like, I'm gonna make it, Mom and Dad. And Mom and Dad, sit on the porch and yell, check the oil. Mom stares out the window and says, I'm leaving, my boy.
Exactly.
Seems he didn't seem like I left long ago.
And so he gets
okay.
to Warner Brothers, and they're like, first of all, we don't even have a CD player here. We can't even listen to your CD. Yeah, but he got hot chicken, by the way. He had to stop, get the hot chicken. He heard about that in
Wait, what?
Texas. I'm kidding. Nashville's like known for hot chicken.
chicken.
I like the idea that like he still.
Okay,
he
so
made sure
I got a note. You're jumping. You're jumping
no,
around.
No. Okay, I'll go back. I'm
But
just
you got
saying.
the hot chicken. No one's gonna know what you're talking. You have
No,
him
in
a
Nashville
recording
they'll know.
I
They'll
know.
know.
No, I know. But even in not, I knew exactly what you're talking about. But I need to play devil's advocate a little bit here and say that. He gets to the place. They don't have a CD player, which is hilarious.
So the first
And then
of all,
you
no,
go,
they got
but he got the hot chicken.
No,
and
no,
it's
no,
like,
no,
well,
no, no,
I
no.
pictured the record execs with hot chicken. You're in. You have
No,
you
no.
planted us
Time
in
out.
the recording
Time
studio.
out.
You planted us at the studio at Warner Brothers, and then all of a sudden you go, but he got the
Time
hot
out.
chicken. It's like, will you just take us
No,
on
he
the
got the
journey?
hot chicken before he went to the studio.
Okay, so you need
And
to
so-
say that.
Yes, that would be a joke about like his asshole's already burning before he even gets to Warner Brothers.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
gotcha.
now he gets
okay,
to
I
Warner
like it.
Brothers.
Okay, you skipped that part before.
Yes.
Got it. Okay,
Because
that
I was
my
doing
bad.
the Cliff Note version. Because I
Okay,
was
well,
scared.
you can't drop a ham drip without the ham. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hot ham.
Hot
so,
ham. Chicken.
So they go,
Turkey
get
ham.
the fuck out of my office, and then the guy's like comes out. So Jimmy Ray doesn't even sleep a night in Nashville. He just drives right back to his small town, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
so sad. And he's with a dog. A dog somehow showed up, and the
Where?
dog's, huh?
The dog showed up in his car.
Yeah, like he's in the back of the truck. He's like, I don't even know. I guess I picked this guy up on the way.
Okay.
So
Chicken.
the exec comes out. He goes, I don't want another motherfucking Jimmy Ray in my office. I don't want anyone. Fuck Jimmy Ray. Now, if we could get Jumpin' Jackie from TikTok, who has 25 million followers, I'd love to have her. And they're like, well, she doesn't sing. He goes, do you think I fucking care if she sings? And then late at night, he's sitting in his chair and he comes across Jimmy Ray's CD and he plays it and he just starts smiling.
Wait, you got a CD player?
Yeah, he had one at home.
At home, okay.
And it's an old box.
It's okay. I just need to go on this journey. I just need to understand where this record executive is. Okay. So he's at home after he's yelled about Jackie and the fact that she can't sing, he doesn't care. Jumpin' Jackie.
Who's viral a lot.
I mean, this literally is the movie Elvis, if you haven't seen it yet. This is what happens. He's white? He's white? You mean he's white? Okay, go on.
So essentially, he plays the music, he smiles, he runs back to his office the next morning, or drives back, he's so excited.
Jimmy J's already killed himself.
No, Jumpin' Jackie, he goes,
Okay.
I heard the 6 most amazing songs of my life last night. Get Jumpin' Jackie's reps on the phone. We're giving them to her. So Jumpin' Jackie now has these amazing songs. And Jimmy Ray, 5 months later, is driving in his truck and he hears on the radio his own song by Jumpin' Jackie. And then he just drives off a cliff.
Okay. I think you should go to get a lawyer and sue.
But he's in... I know. I had a few different endings.
Okay.
One was getting a lawyer.
Wait, I don't understand where this story came from. I think this is your fantasy of what might happen to you or something.
Well, no, I'm sure it's some kind of projection. I mean, all our stories are about us.
About
in a way,
TikToks. And like everyone who's famous now is a TikTok star. And like,
just Nashville. And I feel like Nashville more than anything. The way I look at country music.
Well, Jimmy J could go be a songwriter in Nashville. Those people make tons of mun. If they're good.
That's true. Maybe he'll drive back.
I believe in Jimmy J. I want him and his dog to
wait, Jimmy
go
Ray.
back.
Jimmy Ray.
Oh, well, I think Jumpin' Jackie and Jimmy Ray should collab. And Jimmy
J. Ray the God? So...
now we're talking. I think we should work at Warner Brothers.
My other thought is that he would do a dance to his own song by Jumpin' Jackie on TikTok and go viral. And that's how his career would then.
Okay.
But
man,
so that whole
thing
to open with would be it would be a fun ride. Like we had fun.
Yes.
We had fun.
Yes.
Now,
but I just don't. I'm a little confused if it's a joke. Like how you get into it. Like what do you say to them and go, my idea of the Nashville dream is, I mean, I think that makes sense.
Yes,
but if you just go, hey,
so,
Nashville, this is how I see you doing it because you're so excited about it. Hey, Nashville, how's it going? Okay, so Jimmy Ray, he's a guy that believes in himself. He's from Texas and he gets in his car. Because remember, you are a guy that just jumps the gun.
That was one
J
time.
The G.
I J'd the J.
No, I do it too sometimes where I'm just like, I need to get this joke out right away or I'm going to forget it. And so then you, how are you going to get into that though? I really want to know.
No, exactly how you said. I have to joke about how Nashville used to be really country. Now, whatever. Every pickup truck is a bachelorette party mobile. They're like, we're going to live forever. Morgan Wallen wets my pussy. If Johnny Cash was alive today, he would shoot all these people. Nashville's just not the same. Like Nashville now, I think, when I look at a country story of Nashville, this is how I imagine it. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, no, I like that. I think I like it. I think it's just, I mean,
I could have fun with it.
I don't think it needs I don't think it needs the story as much as like your point about, I think you could make it just a joke about how, I don't know.
It could be, it could probably be
good
4
songwriters
lines.
Are being replaced by TikTok stars who name something like Jumpin' Jackie. Jumpin' Jackie is so funny though. And Jimmy Ray.
Yeah, no,
Are you Jimmy Ray? No. Who wants to know? Who wants to know? Are you Skinny Ray? Who wants to know? I mean, that song, this hasn't been that long that good music is not making its way to the front because that song was not good.
I don't even know that song.
Who wants to know about that? Are you
Oh.
thin Ray? Who wants to know? Who wants? You don't remember that song?
Is that 80s?
Oh, you definitely
90s?
knew it. It's almost like I'm blue.
It's from
and I'm
1998.
You know
nine.
it. I wanna
Okay, what are the lyrics? Noah?
Oh, it's actually, are you Johnny Ray? Who wants to know?
Are you Johnny Ray?
Are you
Who
Slim
wants to
Ray?
know? Are you Slim Ray? Who wants to
What
know?
the
Are
fuck
you
is
Faye
this?
Ray?
Are
I
you-
don't know it.
Are you Faye Ray? Who wants to know?
Are you Stingray?
Are you
Stingray?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you
man.
Ray Romano?
Are you Link Ray?
Are you Sugar Ray?
Oh, Sugar Ray. Every morning, there's a hello, and I'm gonna sometimes
You ever see that
host
video of him getting angry
entertainment
drunk?
tonight.
You ever see that? Oh, this guy's like mocking him, this kid, and he just goes nuts.
He was so cute.
Yeah.
He was
Mark
like so
something.
my
McGrath.
type back in like the 90s, like that kind of surfer boy that like kind of looks like he's looking at the sun too. Like it's like he doesn't have sunglasses on, like he's kind of squinting, like, oh, I don't know, man. He's like hungover looking.
He looked like he could light a match on his face, kind of, while
had
being a
good-
surfer boy.
They had a couple good hits.
Yeah, every morning.
Do you know that Hootie and the Blowfish hold like the record for the most album sales ever? Like it's one of the top 5 in the world ever. Hootie and the Blowfish.
He's had an insane country career on his own, too.
I know, but Hootie and the Blowfish were so fucking big back in
What a
1995,
name.
6.
How did they come up with that name?
And everyone calls him Hootie, you know, like who wouldn't think his name was Hootie?
I called him Blowfish
But it's
for
Darius.
a while. Blowfish. I mean, that's insane. What a weird name.
It is weird, but it was, I think that was part of their appeal. But almost like you would go, don't do that. Like if you have
Yeah.
a band, you're like, that sounds too ridiculous. I don't know. I always thought if I had
What's
a
a
band,
hootie?
it would
What
be
is a
It would be
hootie?
called. Do you have
Oh,
any band
sorry.
names?
What's a hootie?
I don't. I think it was just
What is
Hootie
a
who?
hootie?
I don't
Like
know. It's
is
just
it
a
an
sound.
owl? Is a hootie an owl?
Maybe. I don't. No, I don't
So-
think anyone was ever called a hootie. An owl, a hootie.
Hootie hoo. So
Have you
what
ever,
was your?
Noah, have you ever been in a band?
Like for a hot minute. And it was a cover band.
Oh, that's a cool band name.
For a hoot minute?
For a hoot minute.
Hot Minutes. A hot minute is a good name for a band. What was the band's name?
We didn't even get to that part.
Okay.
But it would have been a hoot
Whoa.
minute.
Crib Death.
Yeah. What was your idea for a band name? You had one. you
Stars
said.
Without Makeup.
Oh, that's
Like,
good.
It reminds me of that Lizzie song, or not Lizzie. What's her name? Stars.
Lizzo?
She's sang really
Ellie Goulding.
No, even before her, there was a song about stars. She
Mazzy
became
Star?
Yeah.
Okay, shit, that's not about stars. Her name was about stars.
What's
Okay, let's
this-
get to the news.
How's the song go? How's the
Canceled.
song go? How's the song go?
Fade into you. Strange you never knew. That
Nothing.
song.
No star in there.
No.
Fade. I was thinking.
Fade into
Stars
you.
fade.
Strange you never knew. It is a good song. And she's so beautiful. She looks like Angelina Jolie. And
Did you ever see that
she never
YouTube?
did anything else.
She has a good YouTube video of her singing that at like a day.
Yes. It's like
And
the
just
only video of
mesmerizing.
her. Oh my
Fucking
God.
wild.
It's just like Fiona Apple, Angelina Jolie looking like. Okay, we gotta go to break. We'll come back when we'll maybe we'll do Why Do I Care? And then we'll play a little game.
Why do I care?
All right, we're back. Why do I care?
All right. Euphoria's Sidney Sweeney gets candid about the not so glamorous side of Hollywood. Here's her quote. It's built to try to make you backstab people. It's insane. My agent is my best teammate and I'll have her forever. I see how people are like, we support each other. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't. And then when asked about whether she talks to co-stars on Euphoria about it, she said, we didn't really talk about that kind of stuff.
I liked this article because also in it she talks about people being like, you're so rich, do you own a house? And she's like, no, I rent a 1-bedroom apartment. I can't afford a house. Do you know how much actors make? And Noah had sent this to me being like, you were the first to say this. And I don't know if I was the first, but I definitely said celebrities do not make a lot of money unless they are TikTok stars and monetizing their YouTube channels. That's why Brie Larson has a fucking YouTube channel, you guys. If you don't know, Marvel isn't making her enough money because What did Sidney Sweeney say about that?
She
I thought it
said,
was really good. She's famous, dude. She's in tons of stuff. She is the it girl right now, and she can't afford.
How
a
much do you
house.
think she's making an episode on Euphoria? 50,000.
50? Yeah.
And then
probably
take
50.
that out, so
And
25,000.
then literally split that in half.
Yeah, she has to give
Yeah.
5% to her lawyer, she said, 10% to my agent, 3% or something like that to my business manager. I have to pay my publicist every month, and that's more than my mortgage.
Do you know what publicists cost? $6,000.
My God.
Between they were 3 in 2012, 3 a month, 3,000 a month, and that is not just for the Brad Pitts of the world. $6,000 isn't for just the Morgan Freeman's. I don't know why his name came to mind. It is for it's for everyone. If you want a publicist, they have blanket, like it is a flat rate fee for everyone. $6,000 a month. And that is why I go off and on for having them. And I sometimes when I'm not having things to promote, I turn that faucet off and I go, I'll turn it back on when I have something to do. And I was going to turn it off recently because, F-Boy just aired, Good Clean Filth came out. But then I got tours dates to promote, and they get me in different magazines and publications locally. So I got to keep that faucet on the rest of my life. That's 6 G's a month, you guys, for, and they're very good at what they do. There's no denying that, but that is a huge cost. And yeah, so every time I get any kind of check, taxes you already take out. I take half, I cut it in half, and then I just cut that number. Like I cut like 20% off that number, and then I take away that. Like it's about, I always give 30% to taxes, and then another 30% goes to, at least 35% goes to lawyers, manager, agent, business manager. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's so
I guess,
much money.
Yeah, the day of A-list celebrities making like $30 million a movie.
Not unless they have a
is
wine
over.
company. No, that's why these guys all. Brie
why they're
Larson has a
selling
YouTube
tequila.
Yeah. Zac Efron is the face of Zodiac beef jerky or some shit. This is why they don't have touring money. That's the problem with actors. Like, thank God. People are always like, Nikki, are you on the road? And I'm like, yes, because that's the only way I make money. It's not the only way. I make good money from iHeartRadio. I make good money from TV, but it's not enough because of all the things that I have to keep going on tour. And I feel bad for actors who don't have that ability to go on tour. I don't feel bad for them, but like that is a thing that we get to do.
She also said, she goes, they don't pay actors like they used to, and with streamers, you no longer get residuals.
No Rizzies. No,
I didn't know that.
You just, it's not, Tom Cruise made something like $1 billion, like 80 million or something off of Top Gun because he had points or like, on the back end. So at some point you can negotiate that stuff. But I mean,
that's like one guy.
You got to be
10 people can do
you got to
that.
be good with money to be able to, like, you got to be an investor. You have to own property. Like Hannibal Buress owns apartment buildings. Andrew Schultz is starting a whole fucking conglomerate. Like you have to be very good with, you have to be good with money. I just thought you could just do whatever. Like you could just do your talent. It's just so not enough. I mean, it's enough for me, but I'm leaving so much money on some
And
like out
actors have a finite career. I mean, she has till what age to be a big time actor?
36.
I mean, look, it happens.
And then 36, and
But-
if she hasn't solidified herself as one of the greats, like one of the greats, she's not going to get work. Someone yesterday on Chris's show, they were talking about Ashley Judd, and they're like, because she got written out of her mom's will. Her and her sister both didn't make it in her
Really?
mom's will.
Jesus.
Nothing from, and I think it was like worth $25 million or something. And so they were talking about like, oh, Ashley Judd's doing fine. She doesn't need money. And I go, I'm screaming at the radio or my phone.
Yeah.
I listen on the Arch app. I'm like, no, she doesn't. First of all, she got I believe she got Harvey Weinstein, where she like got.
I think she married a race car driver, from what I understand.
That's
but
true.
Still,
but I'm
still,
just saying,
no.
from acting,
Yes,
that girl is
yeah.
not making money off of the Home is Where the Heart Is from 1998.
Yeah, no.
She's not raking in those TBS dollars when that airs once a year. She's Jeopardy. That movie, like, Double Jeopardy, she's not making money off that anymore. That money's long gone. And it's just, I just think that we have this, I would have never known. So, like, you're an actor, you're on TV, like, you probably have so much money. And not to say that $50,000 an episode is not a fuck ton of money, but it doesn't last, especially if you have to keep up this image of having lots of money. Like I've told you guys before, when I get styled for a TV show, it is it's $1,500 before tailoring and spray tan and hair and then hair and makeup is at least $500 a piece for so that's $1,000. So for me to go on Seth Meyers, if I want to get styled, which my stylist wrote to me being like, after I styled myself for Seth Meyers, I just spent the $1,000 on an outfit, and they wrote to me being like, hey, if you need us for anything, like you could tell they were like, that was a miss, honey. You need us. Like they're just.
But do you think it was honestly a miss?
I could have looked better. My hair was not my favorite.
Who did your
I liked
hair?
the outfit. I didn't do it. I got that was HBO actually paid for me to have.
That's what I'm saying.
Hair
So
done for that.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think you got to be like, well, what is the cost effectiveness of, like, why do I need to spend that much money?
It's huge because I look amazing every time I do something, and that stuff
I know,
matters.
but I'm saying though, if you looked amazing,
I can't be
on
Adam
that
Sandler wearing basketball shorts on Letterman.
Go for
and a
it.
dirty
I think
tee.
it'd be amazing.
Yeah, one person can
one
do that,
time,
and then it would be funny. But you, as a woman, you need to look like.
Yes.
Sorry, you need to look a certain way, and you don't need to, but in order to keep the image up, like you're killing it. Like I talked to. We'll get to the game in just a second. That's my last thing. A fellow female comic wrote me or sent me a voice memo yesterday. A fellow Philly, sent me a message yesterday, saying that she saw my special and how it made her, she loved it and it made her laugh and like almost cry because she was like, you just talked about so many things that I didn't even, know I was grappling with. And it was so nice. And she was like, I'm really struggling right now in my career. And this is someone who you would not think is struggling. And it was so nice to hear that from her because, listen, I know that everyone I attribute so much success to struggles, but it was nice to hear this. And I think she was kind of writing to me being like, I know you're killing it right now. Like maybe I could hear you tell me something about how you chose to do, you're so yourself, you're so you. How did you be able to turn that into what you've turned it into? And I was like, babe, read my magazine interview because you will see the truth behind all of this, which is like, it's all like, no matter how much I look like I'm killing it, how coiffed I am, how much I'm on HBO, I have a special, I have a podcast, I am on Conan, I'm on I still question everything every day and still am jealous of people, still feel like I'm hanging on by a fucking thread. I still don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I still, I've achieved all these things and then they didn't bring me the kind of happiness that I'm looking for. Like, I'm grateful for everything I've gotten, but it's never enough. And so I'm desperate to always let other people know, yes, I don't want to say that I'm not killing it and that my life isn't so blessed and I'm not so lucky, but it's not, don't ever ascribe any perfection onto me because it ain't what it looks like. And I wish more people would do that because I know all these people I prescribe, whatever, write a prescription for perfection by, Pfizer, that they're not feeling that way. And I like that Sidney Sweeney came out and said that it's not, it's not what it looks like. And we don't all love each other on set. And it's just so nice to hear that because God, it hurts to look at this stuff sometimes to go, God, they're fucking killing it. And as someone who looks like they're killing it online all the time, I'm telling you, it's not what it looks like. And not that I'm so depressed and you should worry about me or anything, or that I'm not, grateful for my life, but God, it does not change anything.
Why do you think people get such positive response from someone looking like they're larger than life? I always wonder that because, I get tricked sometimes too. You'll look at someone and be like, oh my, they are killing it, man. Whoa, I'm nothing compared to that, which, it sucks to have that feeling, but, it's just so weird how, we'll see someone on a private jet and be like, man, what a fucking awesome person. You know what I mean? Like we give them such power.
Because
It's
we want to
weird.
be happy. Everyone wants to be happy, and it looks like
so
happiness.
you think they're happy.
Like,
yeah.
we think they're happy. We think like if I had that, I would be happier. I would be more loved. I would be all these things, I would have, and then it's like, even if you know that things aren't what they seem, it somehow doesn't really make a difference. It's weird. Like I'm really frustrated by this psychological phenomenon where like you can trace what makes you fucked up and be like, okay, I go after this type of person because my dad did this or whatever. And that does, and you can uncover it all, but it doesn't change what you're attracted to. Like Anya was saying to me in a text the other day, she was like, because I was talking about my jealousy issues, and she was like, but you know that it doesn't make you happy. And I'm like, it doesn't matter that I know that. I know that. I know. I've read statistics about it. I've read books about as long as you're making $200,000, your happiness above that will not change. I know that for a fact. Doesn't change it. So why won't it work that you know it? Emil and I were talking about it. Emil this weekend was in Montreal and had the best showing, and he's having all these huge successes come his way from one performance. And he's like, and then I had a bad set, or like I had a mediocre set later at a bar, this show he jumped onto that, they were all French, and so they didn't understand him, and that's probably why he didn't do as well as he wanted. And he's like, and I just feel like I'm a huge fraud and that I don't deserve any of this. And I'm like, God, man. And he goes, but it doesn't matter that I know it doesn't matter, that set doesn't matter, and that all these things are still true.
You still feel it.
It still doesn't. Knowing something, the only thing where knowing it changes it has been that back book, Healing Back Pain. When you know your back pain is from your cognitive struggles and your mental, turmoil, your back pain will go away. And I wonder why, knowing that you go for unavailable men because you're seeking the love that your father never gave you, or whatever you unpack in therapy, why that doesn't make it stop. I'm still attracted to the same men, even though I know that they're bad for me and that I'm only attracted to them because my dad didn't love me enough. Like, why doesn't that make it go away? And that's what people have a problem with talk therapy. It's like, yeah, I'm figuring out why I do things, but that doesn't change the fact that I still want those things.
So when does that end? Does it ever end?
It ends when what I believe, and I don't know this to be true, but I believe you start doing inner work and you start giving up this idea that you can change yourself, and you just accept yourself. And when you're able to accept yourself, then comes the love for yourself. And when you really truly love yourself, then you can start making good decisions. But just knowing that you're fucked up doesn't make you able to. It's the first step, literally, in your AA. The first step is admitting you have a problem and seeing. But if that was it, there wouldn't be 11 more steps after that. Then you'd be done. Acknowledging the problem is not enough.
And changing too quickly doesn't really work. You know what I mean? Like, even if you could trick yourself and be like, I'm done fucking those kind of guys. I'm over that. I'm on the nice guys. I'm a different person today.
It's like what I said about being in a relationship and thinking your partner will never be attracted to someone else. Like, you can say, I'm going to love you forever and I'm never going to like anyone else. You can't help your feelings. No.
It's funny you say that. That's a Jimmy Ray song, actually.
You can't help your feelings when you're driving straight out of town. The road behind
that actually happened to Garth Brooks. You know that?
What?
Garth Brooks drove, and now that I think about it, maybe that's why the story was in my head. He drove from Oklahoma, I think, to Nashville, failed miserably, like in 2 days, and left, and went right back to Oklahoma, and then came back another time. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa. That other time, that's the ticket. Keep trying. I like this other quote that I read in the Columbine book that said, when you're going through hell, keep going.
Tony Finau, he goes, I'm not a winner. I'm just a loser that didn't stop trying. Which
I like that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's
I think
really
I
good.
might have messed it up, but that was
No, that's
close
the
to
same
it.
thing. Like, if you're going through hell, keep going. Like, don't stop. Final thought. Let's play the quick Esther Perel game.
Oh, the lotion game?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the prompt card is share something unbelievable.
Okay.
And the story is a time I unintentionally hurt someone.
Okay. Mine is the day Burt Reynolds died. I was at Dancing with the Stars promo shoot, and it was we were backstage and I got an alert on my phone, like we all did, like a push notification from the, fucking CNN. Actor Burt Reynolds dies, age, whatever. And I just said, oh my God, Burt Reynolds died. Like just whatever. And this guy goes, what? And I was like, Burt Reynolds died? And he was like, oh my God, he's a really dear friend. And I was like, oh my fuck. Fuck.
Yeah.
And that was a good lesson. I learned that and it was the same reason I got loud about the Pete Davidson guy. Like celebrities are loved by people and have people that care about them and have personal relationships. And when you mouth off about them, Nikki, about, everyone I talked about today on this episode, their relatives might hear and care about them and don't want to hear you say bad things. And so it was a lesson that I probably needed to learn early on in this episode. What about you guys?
Unintentionally, that's tough because it's usually intentional. No. But sometimes there's a.
I love that you just no.
No.
Like we were going, Andrew, no, and you're like, no, but it was just dead silent.
Please stop.
Okay, yeah, we weren't saying anything, but
Okay.
Settle down, everyone. Settle down.
Everyone, calm down. What I meant was that that was a joke that obviously didn't land Carrot Top. It was in between when you unintentionally it wasn't how do I put this?
Just tell it.
So when I filled up when that guy helped me fill up my gas. Okay, so I was driving through Florida. I stopped in a small town in Florida. This guy, Jimmy Ray. No, this
is
guy.
believable though. This is not unbelievable. That was part of the prompt.
So I stopped in Florida with my buddy Glenn. I parked on the wrong
story I've ever heard.
gas station, and I filled up my car with diesel.
Yes.
I filled up my whole fucking car tank with diesel, and I had to shove the fucking thing. It didn't even fit in my gas tank. I was like, man, these gas tanks are weird in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God. I love the struggle to do something that you don't even need to be doing.
So anyways, this guy ended up siphoning it out at 2 a.m. Like he had to literally put the gasoline in his mouth. It was the nicest thing pretty much anyone's ever done for me. Took him about an hour to siphon it out with his mouth. And I was like, I'll pay you $200. And I never sent him
And you were like,
check.
I'm going to send it to you, man. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it to you. And he gave you his address and everything.
Yeah, he gave me his address.
And that's why I've told Andrew through the years, you have to spend $200 and pay it forward to someone who doesn't see it coming. You have to get rid of that karma.
Or if you know this guy, it's in Pensacola area.
No. Just give $200 to a charity and then you'll be good.
But is that unintentional or intentional? That's my point. I don't know.
That was intentional. Oh, that's
I didn't want to hurt him.
Well, you can fix it by donating $200 to something. And then it will be literally your karmic debt to the world will have been paid.
All right. I'll give $200 to a homeless guy tomorrow.
To a golf center.
To a golf center for a set
for
of
a membership. Yeah. Noah, do you have one?
Yeah. So this happened when I was in high school. And the unbelievable part about it is that you won't believe that I ever did this to someone. My friend and I, we just found this guy. This was the time of chat rooms online.
Admit to murder right now.
I know. Cyberbullying, I think.
We're about to find out. Mm-hmm. And we pretended to be we found this guy from our school. He was not in our class, just some random guy. And we pretended to be a girl that really liked him. Oh. And he wanted to meet us, meaning the girl. And we arranged, let's meet by the doors on, on the second floor. And he came. He was at the doors with like a single rose, and we just looked through the stairwell doors, and we never showed up. And that I didn't. At first we thought it was funny.
You need to go fuck someone in a stairwell to make this right in the world.
Yeah, preferably a guy that smells like gasoline. A guy that smells like gas.
And he'll pay you $200. You guys figure this out.
Oh, money involved?
Oh, that's listen. That has been a dream
Hopefully
of mine
he has a mustache like Burt
fuck
Reynolds.
with someone and tell them to you're gonna with someone that deserves it. To
but he didn't deserve
make them
it.
think. I know, and that's
my
the
buddy
problem.
did that after he had sex with a girl. He goes,
Catfished.
"Yeah, meet me out under the dock out on Sunset."
Oh, you're friends with that male comedian that I know did that to women he slept with?
Who, Chris D'Elia?
No. Calm down. Calm down, you guys. No. We got to go. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. We have one more episode this week. It'll be tomorrow. We love you so much. We're going to hear your Fanthrax tomorrow. I'm in LA. Andrew's in St. Louis. Noah's in Arizona. Don't be cool out there. And Jack the God.
A car up.